I was gonna say it sounds like y'all fighting a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And I'm getting my ass beat. I ain't gonna lie. I sure am.
Your headphones said, "Don't rush me."
Look, okay.
You just got here.
So when I move, you move.
Not like that.
Not like that. Look, okay, exactly.
Not like that.
Not like that. Hey, community. Here's what's brewing today.
We got Kris from Bad Queers.
Nene, we made you.
And the clips exposes Travis Scott as a messy bitch. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Hey, welcome to Minority Report. It's Auntie Carell.
It's Auntie Jarrell.
And it's Auntie Kris.
Yes, what's up, Auntie Kris in the house?
Auntie Kris.
Look.
Happy Pride, y'all. Happy Juneteenth.
I know that's right.
That.
Look. I bet the community was not ready. They're like, oh, is that?
Yeah, Auntie here. Y'all know me. Look, I'm back home.
Home, exactly. Okay.
I got a room.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
look.
true. Got your own washcloth, your own toothbrush, everything.
Thank you. It's still there.
Yep, right where you left it. Right where you left it.
Thank you.
Hey, community, you know Auntie Shar stayed traveling, so she's somewhere in the world. She's somewhere in the world.
Miles
so
on
we're like,
miles on miles. Let me tell you.
Miles on
When
miles.
is she diamond status yet? That's the question I want to know.
If she not, she diamond princess at least.
Oh.
Trina, I don't know. She's something.
She get free something.
Yeah, look.
It's something. But Kris, how and community? I mean, maybe we have some new community members that don't know who Kris is.
Yeah,
I
listen to
don't
the
know.
intro.
And then they should know Bad Queers more than Minority Report. I'm just saying they be doing the damn thing. But
Y'all do.
not.
Y'all do.
Cousins.
It's like,
But yes,
it's Kris from Bad Queers podcast. Come on,
I'm here
y'all.
for Bad
Come on,
Queers.
y'all.
Yes, back again. One half of Bad
Yes.
Queers. Shout out to my co-host
Yes.
Shayna. Happy to be
Hey,
back. Thank y'all
Shayna.
for having me.
But speaking of, you know
Of
what?
course.
I need to make sure I'm going to text Shayna as soon as we off this podcast, because let me go to Chicago one more time and not
I
be
already told her
like,
about market days.
we'll see. And I'll be there for like 24 hours before I fly to Europe. And
Okay.
still, respectfully though, I better send that text message being like, I know
That
I got a
part.
window.
Better.
I don't know
really
if
got to.
look, I don't know if your window matches my window, but I'm just putting it out there, that there's a window. So
You got to check in.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's
rap
so
thing.
true.
yeah, because
I felt so bad last time.
we did that. We did that. It's just like,
That was so grimy. Like, I don't know what I wasn't thinking. That's what it was.
sure wasn't.
I
You
was
know
just there.
what? Like, I never get offended. Do y'all get offended with that with people? Because I feel like whatever
really.
your trip was is your trip. Like, well,
Yeah.
maybe say hey to give me a heads up, but then
Right.
like I don't want you to feel like you got to invite me or got to try and see me because it's a whole other itinerary that didn't involve me. So
I don't know what I was like in my mind. I knew she was there, but still thought she was maybe I don't know what I thought. But then she was like, I know y'all asses ain't here. Turning up. And ain't let a hoe know.
No.
It's like, you right.
Yeah. But
You are
but
absolutely
when we go to
right.
Chicago's like home. So like we also like we know
Yeah.
a billion people. So like it's one of those things like I just forgot. I was like, I gotta put my cousin up here at the top of the list of priority people.
That.
Fam always been on the list, but I was like, we gotta do some rearranging, and then
It's true.
boom.
yeah.
So I told her
change it, too.
3 weeks ago. I was like, just a heads up, I will be in town for market day. She's like, now that's how you tell a person. I was like, I know, I remembered this time. I remembered.
I'm about to do this live right now. Just be like,
Right.
look,
There we
hey,
go.
you know what?
That
Let
is
me just
so
go
good.
ahead.
Here we are.
How's Pride Month been treating you, Kris?
It's okay. It's when you work at a queer company, Pride
Yeah.
Month is like, it's
lot.
the busiest month, so it's a lot, and it's like you get a lot of Pride fatigue. So the last couple of years, it's been like, yay, it's not like I'm just like, let's get to July. So, this is definitely a different year. You definitely saw, sponsors take a backseat. We certainly saw that, as well as other Pride organizations and everything. So it was definitely a more subdued Pride, and people showing them who you really are, Pride. But we still gonna have fun though. I plan to go out to one thing. Me and the wife going out to one thing this month. But I'm just, because I work it, I'm like, hello July.
Yeah, I bet. I don't know. It's interesting. I think this has probably been the gayest I've been in a long time for Pride Month.
I saw them pink wigs you had on.
Okay,
girl.
look.
Okay. I was like, yes, bitch.
Was this a plan, gayest? Like you saw that this Pride season was like, okay, I'm gonna go out. Like,
no, I think honestly,
active one.
I think it was just with me not eating meat and not drinking this month. I just feel more clearer, and I just feel more in tune with myself, and so I feel more obligated to show up and take up space, like we always mention, especially during Pride Month. And just reminding these hoes, why we have what we have today too. So not letting them forget. Go ahead and do your shot. Go ahead and turn up. Go ahead and suck that dick, or fiddle if you want to. But you better make sure.
Fiddler on the roof.
Okay.
You got a DJ. Listen. Do what you gotta do. Spin a track.
Do what you gotta do, but just don't forget, that come July, we still gotta make sure that we outside too. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
When you stop eating meat?
The first of this month. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you miss the most?
Meat.
Yeah. You said yes.
Yes. Overstand.
Let me
Because
tell
I want to, but I just, as a Virginian, like, first off, just ham, pork, all of that, beef out here. It's just, I just can't. It's like the Forrest Gump shrimp thing. Like, what you could do with pork, though.
Yo.
Like, it's hard to walk away.
See, that's me and chicken. And I feel like my blackness is being tested in this moment.
Revoked.
Because I'm like, the way I am like I'm smelling chicken and ain't no chicken around. Like, there's been times where I'm like, that tastes like fried chicken, but you ain't had no fried chicken. What you doing?
Right.
So, it's been.
Avoid highways, avoid Popeyes, all that.
Oh, I just literally just drove past the Popeyes, like literally 5 minutes ago, and I said, Louisiana. Oh, look.
I got a chicken wrap now.
I almost stopped by for the biscuit. I was like, I can at least have a biscuit, I mean, just get a biscuit and a drink because I ain't trying to die.
Did you ever get that strawberry
dry
biscuit
ass
that they had like last year or 2 years ago?
I did.
That strawberry biscuit was delicious.
Was it?
Was it? I missed out.
It was delicious. Oh my God, Popeyes.
Was it bits of strawberry? It was just like strawberry.
Yeah,
flavored
it was like bits of strawberry in the biscuit.
Really?
Because their biscuit be slightly dry, but if you put a little
Slightly dry, my nigga.
Right.
It'd be dry, right? You'd be struggling, but it'd be good.
Shoot, one package of butter isn't enough to undry that
Maybe,
motherfucker.
right?
Okay, what you mean?
The strawberries made it a little more moist. It was almost like a cake, quite frankly. It was good.
Okay,
they need
That's
to bring that
good.
back. Yeah.
I thought it would be the opposite effect. Like I was like,
No, it was
hazard. That's a hazard. Like it's already hard to eat.
You already fighting for your life,
Horrible way to go.
Right. Well, at least you die with some flavor, with a little bit of seasoning.
I died happy.
They turn up at your funeral and Popeyes is there. It's a crazy way to go. But
funeral sponsored by Popeyes. Our bad.
Right.
Our bad.
I mean, hey,
Right.
the repast got to be sponsored by somebody.
Look, not them serving the same biscuits though. Just be like,
Take out the whole.
Because
Kris would want this.
Yeah, right.
They turn the music up. Electric slide in the background.
Right,
They
look.
move that portion of the funeral. Kris would really want this.
We really want this. It's supposed to be a celebration.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Damn. So we just lost half the family. Damn, Popeye. It's like you thought they died of like heart disease. No, it was just that dry ass biscuit.
That biscuit.
That biscuit.
Suffocation.
Look.
But yeah, no. Well, hang in there for Pride season, I guess.
Yeah.
Hang in there for Pride season. Yeah, like and I guess we was get into like obviously the last few days kind of been to a lot of events, but even at the
You have?
50 event,
You have.
I know, right? Been out in these streets, baby. Holding it
Terrell,
down for the aunties though.
I
Holding it down
text
for the
him like,
aunties.
"Hey, you been out?"
Child, and the body and serving body too, but like, yeah, I'm
Body,
outside.
okay.
I'm outside.
Okay,
Here's a little
chest
sheer number with a little tie up here for you too.
Just a little something, just to let these
Showing off
hoes
that.
know that I'm still out here.
Showing off that work. Okay.
That part. That part.
Listen.
I get now why people that work out show off their stuff. Because it's fucking work. And you're like, well, bitch, somebody about to see this shit.
You about to
Because
see this.
if not, I'm about to get back on this couch.
I'm gonna show my work.
Because it's a
See all
lot.
this.
But what was I going to say about the Queerty event, though? That was tied in. Oh, I was talking to some of the folks that work with you, and they were saying the same thing. They're like, yeah, Pride Month is just a lot for us. Like, it's fun and all that stuff, but it's a lot of work to kind of put on the events and to make sure we're showing up for the company and things like that. So they all had the same kind of sentiment that I was talking to last night. But the Pride 50 event was another cool event this year. It was super cool. The location that they had it at, it was like this rooftop bar loungy kind of thing, and like literally just saw like the whole skyline, and you're just like, oh, there's the Empire, there's oh my god, it was incredible. And and it's cool now to kind of like have gone to a couple of these events now and start to kind of like know people or know of people.
You can say
but,
now.
like, at least you've had conversations.
Look, okay.
A little Nixie insider.
Yeah, it's a little insider, exactly. And so it's kind of interesting to kind of run into folks. Be like, hey, girl, how you been? Haven't seen you since last year or whatever it may be. So it was super cool in that regard. And you hopped on and said how different was it from last year's?
Yeah.
And last year's was like just a big ass event. Like there was a lot of folks there. It was like at a place that was like 2 or 3 levels. I forget, 2 levels. And this year seemed a little smaller. And it was kind of cool. And like I think they probably maybe learned from last year's, the feeling I got. Because last year was like if you were on the bottom floor, it was like maybe more like serious business. The awards were given out, the recognition. But if you was upstairs, that's where the party was at.
It's like they got a little program going on downstairs. Everybody else
Got a little program.
Seriously.
know.
And that's where I ended up. I
that
was
makes sense,
upstairs by the end. I was like, ooh,
I
let's go
that ass
there.
was like, oh, it's over. Like, because it was such a different venue than what we've had in past years. So we only spent, that 1 year at that previous one. Before it was like at Chelsea Pier. So it was kind of, it was open, but we all had you're on the same level pretty much. So that multi-level, don't give us a bar away from the stage. Cause like gays are like,
Child.
I'm cool.
This is no damn stage.
All right, exactly. And different from the Queerties because that was also the
Yes.
same thing, but they ushered you into the
I liked
so
I
was
liked the setup of the Queerties this year. That was fun too.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
But this year's Pride
Had a good
50, it was
time.
like all one larger room. It was kind of maybe separate kind of spots in the room, but for the most part, one large room. And it really tapped into what a lot of folks want to be there. Obviously, the drinks and the the appetizers, but it allowed you to kind of mingle more, network more, and all that stuff. And then they had a moment where like, okay, it was like maybe 10, 15 minutes. Let's congratulate our honorees, who's here in the building, come up front, blah, 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 recognize them, super, super cool. And it was perfect amount of time because, the gays only have a certain time span that they'll give you until we want these drinks flowing again,
Right.
And so I thought this year's, at least, flow was very conducive to just like the event, quite frankly, and what folks wanted it to be. So everybody was out there and everybody looked great, and so it was a good time. But and then a few days before that, went to the Native Sons Awards.
Yes, tell us about that.
That looked amazing.
Sons.
But you met everybody.
Baby, I know.
You did.
I know. Like, and it was funny because, like, so for those that don't know, Native Sons, amazing company. It focuses really on, I guess, Black queer men. But I mean, it's really just obviously the umbrella, just Black queerness as a whole as well. But with Emil at the helm, who's just incredible. He's just a gem and a cornerstone of the of the community, the pillar. He's like the grand auntie, he's like the auntie of the community. Like everything got to go through him, basically. You know,
I love that.
If he was in a Tyler Perry movie, he would be like the Cicely Tyson, like stop the
1,000%,
and like, listen to what he has to say, kind of thing. Like
yes,
gyrating out here.
We be listening though.
Okay, look.
We be like, we are gyrating. We have to stop.
Yeah, we must.
He just knows how to put on an event, though. Everyone's gonna show up for him too, and just the respect and honor that they have for him, and the respect and honor he has for the community. And so, just the honorees this year was like Coleman Domingo, Sean Bankhead. I'm gonna forget a lot of folks. There was just a lot of
Caswell.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, I got to talk to him, and I was just like, dude, fucking a killer career, but just thank you for just knocking these hoes out because you are just serving us left and right, and it's so cool to get your that you're getting your recognition. He's just like, thank you, that's very sweet. Like he was just very super humble, super sweet spirit. So that was awesome to meet him, but it was cool to talk to like Sean Bankhead because like we've just kind of had some correspondence throughout pretty much the history of the podcast, and I was just like, Carell from Minority Report. He's like, oh shit! Oh, he's like, finally, I get to meet you in person. I was just like, hey. And so it's just bizarre those little moments like that.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like his mom is the one that gave him his honor. So like he was surprised he didn't know his mom was gonna do that. We saw Anna Wintour give the honor to Coleman Domingo.
Completely gagged.
Cynthia Erivo gave it to Paul. Like it was just a star-studded, very well run. Everybody just shows up, shows out, and it's just cool to go to that specific event because you finally could just be. There's just something different. It's just a room full of us.
Yeah, it's very
just
affirming.
different than every. Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
and
look at us. I know it smelled incredible in there. I know.
bet it did. It just
Moisturized.
moisturized.
Just like the
Just
garb. I was like, ooh, I want
moisturized.
that outfit. I want that outfit. Ooh, who cuts your hair? I want that haircut. I want it was just everything. Everything. Surface Level was out there. Hey, Surface Level. Busy Boy. DeMonte from Busy Boys was there. They're just like so. It's just like it was like family also, in the room. So you're just like So that's one of my favorite events of the year. Every year at this point, like Native Sons, and incredible. And like even with like Emil now, like it's cool that like he's starting to recognize. Like me and the aunties. He's like, oh, where the aunties at? I'm like, oh, they can make it tonight. Da, da, da. But then like he gave me like the gay hug and kiss. Like I was like, oh, we had the gay hug and kiss on the lips now.
Yep.
Oh shit! Hey, Emil.
You in there?
You
I
locked
was like,
in.
Oh, shit. Literally, that's the first thing I told Corey. He was like, how was the event? I was like,
I got a kiss.
I think I'm in good graces because I got the gay hug and kiss from Emil. I was like, damn, he ain't doing that to everybody. So yeah, Native Sons. Oh,
So he said he saw that body.
Incredible. Oh,
That's
shut
what it
up.
was.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, whatever it was,
Look,
I'm right.
you better reap the fruits of your labor.
It's like,
bitch.
great
Shoot.
work. However,
The body.
Great
The
work,
body.
but you looking delicious. Let me get a taste.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, there you go.
Whatever it take.
And shout out to Dr. David Johns, who was
Yes.
also honored.
Yes.
Like the honorees every year
The
is just
honorees
like
was insane.
who's who of just like pillars.
And
of
David
our
Johns is another one that we're been trying to get under the podcast. We just scheduling things, so
okay.
trying to
He's
trying to get that out there. And he's doing work.
That's gonna be an
like,
incredible episode.
oh my god. And just the amount of work he's done for the community. Like literally, he said the next day after that awards, they were going down to DC to prepare for like the No King stuff, the just like protesting in general and things like that. So he's really like the boots on the road, the feet like 10 toes down for the community and doing the work. And to see him recognized that, and just like his speech was incredible. Like it just felt good to be empowered again by your own folks. And it's cool to give the roses and flowers to folks that you just adore in your own community as well. Because even like Sean was just like, he's like, for all the choreography that I do and all the times I've been nominated for VMA choreographers and stuff, he's like, I've never won anything. So to be honored for my community, he's like, this is so overwhelming. So it's just like it just hits different when it's from your community. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
It's
one
we
thing.
see you.
Exactly. One thing we gonna do is we gonna love on each other. Like
We do. And have to.
yeah,
We have
absolutely.
to.
Because if not, the world will tell us that we are less than. They will try to dim us all the way down.
And then steal it.
And,
Yeah, and steal it.
Like, you ain't shit, but I'm gonna take everything that you're doing.
Everything.
right.
God, in broad daylight on
Baby.
the internet, 4K, doesn't matter. Like it's like we see y'all.
Yeah.
We see y'all.
And then gaslight us
They
and be
don't
like,
even
no, it's different. No, it ain't.
No, it's different.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different because it sucked now. You're right.
Yeah.
It's
That's
different.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I'm coming to you about fucking stuff. Like it's just like
Right.
what like
If you gonna steal my shit, you better motherfucking do it right.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you know.
And
You know,
give me my
that-
motherfucking
that's
credit
what
too.
we really care about. We really care about shit getting done right.
Yeah.
Because that's when you get invited to the barbecue. That's when we're like, oh shit, hold on. You did that right.
And
Then we give you
credit.
respect.
Yeah, it's the
I
credit
feel like-
too.
It's a credit because I do think
Yeah.
we're getting better about like having more filters or a higher criteria. Like you can't just dance on beat now because
no.
all of them could do that now. Like the babies are
Right.
coming out and watching TikTok and like that. White people dancing is not a novelty anymore.
Earthshot.
So we have more. There are definitely. It's been updated.
Yeah, it
for
has.
sure.
It has. It has.
You gotta
I need
know.
to see you create your own account. I don't want to see a TikTok account. I want to see can you create your own account. And don't repurpose the last 15 TikTok dances, because I'm gonna catch that shit too, bitch.
Exactly. Exactly. I also hit you with a pop quiz with just a black films or something, just to see how deep we go. You know.
I mean, I'm
What
asking
cousins
you
fuck
straight
the
up, how many
family?
black friends you got?
What cousin? Fuck the family.
Damn.
I want to know. Answer.
Damn.
Answer. You love our culture. Answer the
Damn.
question.
we giving them like, finish this lyric.
Exactly. And it's got to be hard shit.
Yeah.
We're not going to like
Right.
get in jiggy with it. It's like, no, it's like,
No.
have you watched Claudine?
What track number was All Eyes on Me on Tupac's
Right.
album? What year
Sing
did that
the-
come out?
Sing the theme song to 227.
Look,
That. Sing the theme tune to the Jamie Foxx show.
Exactly.
Actually, I want to know what
you know that one,
what
okay.
kind of juice were they drinking and Don't Be a Menace in the title.
that.
And where
That.
were they? Okay.
Can you say the whole title?
Okay, that
Can you
part.
say the whole
Okay,
title?
look.
That's you.
That's some black ass shit right there.
It is. So yeah, we have been forced to update. You just can't dance.
Yeah, the
and
criteria has
you're like,
changed.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you right on
Yeah.
that. You right
Had to
on
do
that.
it.
Yeah.
Had to do it.
You gotta blame the Kardashians for that one.
Yeah, it's really their fault. It's really their fault.
right.
They blatantly stealing it just out in the open is their fault.
Became
We had to,
millionaires.
we had to shut that down.
Yeah.
We said never again. Never again. Okay. Not on our
Oh,
watches. So
That. And then I'm trying to think where else was. Oh, and then shout out to Michael Henry and Tim Murray. I've seen them like every day. I feel like since we interviewed them, literally walk into Pride 50 and see Michael Henry. I'm like, girl, I think I'm stalking you at this point. So shout out to them. Good people. Like it's been cool to kind of get to know them outside of just the podcast and just like the interwebs and things like that,
Yeah.
hanging with them. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun time. But I think this was the last event that I'm going to. So
She
on
lying.
down.
17th. Like we're recording on June
Okay,
17th.
look, you're gonna be outside.
Lying.
There is a Pride event going on somewhere. Already got
Well,
tickets
I mean,
to.
those kind of events. I'll still be somewhere out here, I'm sure. But
Okay.
But I think
Okay.
this
Wanna make sure,
special
clean it up.
where I gotta at least dress up a little bit event. The rest of them dress down, speedo events.
Just out. Okay, Speedo, let's go.
Uh,
Let's
The
go.
rest of
Saving
them
the
is
best for
regular
last.
summer shit. Oh Lord,
Love
oh
it.
Lord.
I love it.
Let's see here. What else? Oh, Chris, I just want to see how are the kids doing? How's the family life?
Whew, child.
oh.
No,
damn.
parenting is great. No, I have a teenage toddler. My son will be 3 August 31st.
Oh, you got a Virgo.
He thinks he's, and I have a Virgo. Yes. So he is very much into his personality, very Virgo.
Yeah, you can't tell him nothing.
Very smart. Can't tell him nothing.
No.
The no is hard.
Yep.
It's a hard you know,
And we'll look at you.
just get-
And we'll look at you and be
Look at
like,
me. Yeah, so the spirit of the no is fuck you gonna do
Yeah.
or fuck off, you know?
I know that's right.
And as a person who is trying to practice gentle parenting, and, you know, Black gentle parenting is very different because first off, you have to get through, you know, all parents get unsolicited advice, but like Black families want you to beat your kids so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, they're like, are you beating? And it's just like, we don't want to do that. We do want to use our words. It's difficult not to at
I'm
times.
sure.
You just can't take it personally.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing. It's just like, he is learning how to communicate and interact with the world through me. Like, these are very much little humans. So like, he's developing his personality. He gonna test boundaries just
Yeah,
as we all
yeah.
did. And but he's, you know, he's so smart. It's fun to redo childhood, essentially, like,
Yeah.
especially now that he's talking more and we get to do stuff and all that. There's nothing like leaving on a trip and coming home and him being excited. Like, put that in my veins.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So all the sweet stuff really do outweigh the, you know, moments where you just really have to you just gotta
Well,
close your
choke 'em.
eyes
You gotta
and
be like,
just
woo
associate.
side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure some
Yeah.
of them
Yeah.
out of body experiences, you're like, oh, shoot,
Yeah.
almost.
And
And you're like, no, you're like, childhood trauma. I remember, so don't do. We breaking curses, generational curses. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually leave the room. You know, little nigga, you can have the room.
Right.
I'm
I
gonna
should
leave the
go.
room.
I should-
I'm gonna leave
I
the
should
room.
I should go.
Yeah.
I should go because it is, yeah. So it's just that stuff, you know. You just like, again, you are shaping their childhood. You know,
Yeah.
what we're learning now is like how much our childhoods obviously have an impact on the rest of our lives. So, you know, they start sponging things up fairly quickly. So you want to, you know, everything too. My mannerisms, my wife's mannerisms. So like, yeah, I just want to produce a good person. I don't know. I can do everything right and he still, you know, be who he is. Hopefully I'll save him from being everything from a fuck boy to a serial killer. But I think we're on track. Like, I think a lot of things
So far,
are
we're on track.
we're on track right now. So, you know, and that's all I could do. You know, that's all I could
That's the
do.
word.
And I think any queer person who is raising a child, especially Black queer families, you know, we're fortunate to be able to contribute. You know, the straights are very reckless with how they bring children into the world. You know, for queer families, you really had to want it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's also a reminder here, like, is he didn't choose to be here. So
Yeah.
even in those tough moments, it's just, I don't know.
Does he have more
They
your
pass by.
personality or your wife's personality?
I
Or
think
is it a
more
nice mix?
me. It's
Okay.
you know, early on, I would say it was her, but I think me now, just because like I like the kid stuff. Like I had a very good childhood.
Yeah.
Looking back on
Yeah.
it, and I like we're in the fun mode now. We're Legos,
it.
games, Switch. You know what I mean? He's like, it's just
Yeah.
fun. So I think I have that advantage. My wife's like, nah, you got that.
Yeah, it's like that's all you.
Like,
that's all
I
you.
won't playing outside. It's hot. You know? So y'all got that. Y'all play outside. You know.
Yeah.
So there's some things he'll try and do to her, and she's like, nah, find your mom.
Nah, my bitch.
Wrong parent.
Not
Wrong
me.
parent.
Not me. Not me. You go ahead. So yeah, but it's cool. Again, they develop so much. It's amazing to see, because I was like, this little boy just used to be this discolored whatever that comes out of the thing, like eyes not open. You're just like, oh, you know, newborns aren't cute. Like, it's just no newborn is cute.
No.
It's just like, ooh, okay.
Like, what is this alien species?
What is this? Yeah, so you know, but it's been fun. It's definitely been rewarding.
I love that. I love that. All right. Well, you know what, community? We haven't done an Aunteas Do You Give a Damn in a little bit. We've had some incredible guests on the last few weeks, so we haven't had a chance to maybe hit some of these headlines. So we're going to hit a few with them, because we always love Chris's commentary and perspective on a lot of these. So, all right. Aunteas, do you give a damn about the protests that occurred for No King's Day?
Oh, yeah. I give a damn. I was glad to see that it wasn't just major cities, and it also was in red states. You know, we forget our blue dots in red states. I think it's a statement, especially doing it on Trump's birthday, that was a flop. Okay.
Whole flop.
Flop. Okay. He talking about the weather. He was like, well, it didn't rain. Like, it was so bad. Like, he could not talk about that parade. But it was good to see. I will be interested to see where this momentum goes. I don't know why there was a lot of people who, again, going back to election day, weren't as mobilized. I don't know why it took electing him for some people to not believe all that's happening is happening. But, at least we see that there's resistance within the people level, the citizen level, that there's resistance, So I was happy to see it. I was like, oh, y'all go ahead. I didn't go to a protest. Full transparency, but because we went to the playground, but I did see people with signs local to our neighborhood, and I was like, good on y'all, So, and there's other ways too, because I'm a donator.
Money talk,
and helps,
okay,
and helps,
sure
and
do.
needed. Yeah, so creative signs. I saw though. Very happy to see it. Y'all did a big one.
What about you, Jarrell?
I don't think it's a shock to anybody when I say I'm tired. So part of me didn't care because we did what we were supposed to do. We did, and you look at the numbers, 94% of black women voted for Kamala, and was it 87% of black men voted for Kamala? We showed up. We knew what was going to happen. So as far as I'm concerned, it was like, tag, bitch, it's your turn. Here's the baton.
Yeah.
And the rest of y'all really the ones that need to be outside, because y'all are the ones that's more connected to the 90+ million people who didn't vote, which is still more votes than Trump got, and which is by 20 million people. And that's still about 40 million more votes than Kamala got. So the truth is, we didn't have to be where we are. But there are a group of people out there who circle and are connected to people who decided not to show up. It ain't our people. Because, again, the numbers don't lie. So we did what we need to do. And I feel that it was okay for us to sit this one out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying I'm sitting the whole thing out. It was more of I'm going to sit back and I'm going to see who's doing what. Because I'll be damned if, again, it's going to be on black people to save the foundation of this country. Granted, we also built the foundation of this motherfucker. So it shouldn't be on us. It should be a collective. Yeah. And so I honestly just wanted to see how it would turn out and what it would look like. And I was actually happy. But to Chris's point, though, I want to see, where's that energy? All these white people out here. Y'all need to be getting into it with y'all fucking family. I'm sorry, but fuck Thanksgiving, fuck Christmas, this whole smile and turn the other cheek type bullshit. You that's the work you should be doing. That's the real work that you should be doing. And I just want to challenge anybody who's part of the community where most of your people that are in your community were voting for him or chose not to vote. You need to be coming at them. It's their fault. Yeah. It's their fault. Don't be coming to people who look like me, who said we decided to sit out because we did our job. Go to the people who didn't do their job. That's what I want to see. That's the energy that I'm at this point. And another reason, too, I'm from Minnesota. And so, waking up at 7 a.m. and my whole Facebook feed, it hadn't even, I hadn't started seeing stuff in the news yet. But it was the local news that I follow back home in Minnesota and seeing my friends sharing this stuff. And seeing video, and it was just 7 a.m. I was like, no, I don't got it. That's too close to home. So many people in my back home were just emotionally and mentally drained after what happened to those two Congress people. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm definitely not.
Going nowhere.
So I stayed my ass in. I'm very happy. I do care, to answer your question. I do care.
Yes, yeah.
But I care that y'all do what y'all supposed to do.
Yeah, that's where I was at, too. I cared because, I like the pettiness of it. the sheer petty factor of it. Living. And then just to see all the internet memes and the videos of the tank going by and it's just a squeaky wheel and nobody clapping, all that shit, was living for all of it. That's what I
That
want to
squeak
see.
killed me.
Oh my
I
God,
was
sent
like,
me the fuck
yo, you
out.
might have put us in more danger.
And then the military, and this is not against the military. I have military in my family, so don't come at me. Leave me the fuck alone. But to see the military like marching all out of unison and all that shit, like it was just everything to me. And then just to see the flip side, to just see the millions of people that actually did show up and turn out and speak up and things like that. I'm with y'all. Like I was like, Corey was like, "Oh, are you gonna go out there?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm debating." Like, part of me actually wants to, but then I was like, where was that? Where were they 8 months ago?
Yeah,
Like, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go do some laundry.
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store. I did like everything but that, and just to save my peace and my energy, because they're going to. As much as I hate to say this, they're gonna need us again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And let me chill the fuck out now, because you're gonna need me again in two years.
Yeah.
So y'all got this right now, and hopefully you sustain this energy for the full duration.
Yeah.
And even past the duration, because this is the rest of our lives.
Oh,
This
yeah.
moment has fucked up the rest of our lives.
Yep.
Decades.
And so
We're
I
going through this.
need this energy for the next 30, 40 years, please. So if I decide to sit and go to the grocery store this time, it's okay. Because like you all said, we did our work and we knew what was going to happen. So yeah. So I gave a damn, but I gave a damn in a way that I needed to still kind of protect my energy and peace.
Yeah. And to both y'all's point, but especially Jarrell, like, y'all got to cancel these Coachellas, these Paloozas, and have some sort of white workshops where y'all talk to each other, because we get that y'all can march. Like, got it. You can make a sign. You can make a funny, witty sign. Y'all clearly like marching. It's kind of like what we just talked about with dancing. Like, this is the dancing of protest. Like, we got
This is
it.
the bare
Y'all
minimum.
can.
Yeah.
This is the bare minimum. But like, what is it gonna be? I am interested to see what it's gonna be. Because y'all aren't there. They're not having conversations because however homophobic, transphobic, and sexist the black community can be, we are always aligned on picking the
Yes.
right people to govern. Like, we don't have problems with that. Like, we're like, hey, we'll set our shit aside to pick the right person to govern.
That part.
They're not having the right conversations.
Nope.
Like, they're just not.
Nope.
So,
And maybe they need to keep these Coachellas, and then they get tricked and show up. And it is like it is the time
big
for them to talk.
workshop.
Like,
Yeah, like,
surprise!
some
Tate McRae
workshop.
ain't here, but we're workshopping
Yes.
today.
Exactly.
Sorry that you came here
You
for
get a
Charlie
notebook.
XCX.
You get a
She's not
notebook.
here.
You get a notebook. You get a notebook. Look, get to
We're
right.
closing
That's
the
what we need.
fairgrounds.
Okay.
This is
Look.
such-
Baby.
yes. Like, let's
Start
lock
tricking
it
some
in.
of these hoes.
Man.
All right, let's see here. Do we give a damn that R. Kelly was found due to an overdose in jail and had to go to the hospital, and I guess he's hanging on? Barely.
This feels very trapped in the closet-ish.
You took the words right out my mouth. I said, "What is this? Episode 18?" like,
honestly,
Fell out the
like,
jail cell. He put his head on the jail cell.
that's what it sounded like. Like, it's like narrating in my head, like, what he did. He planned this out. He is an incredible writer, you know? So, like, he could have planned this all out. Like, let's take a second. Like, I don't even believe Tory Lanez got stabbed. So I'm definitely not believing this. This
Look.
feels like a ploy. These people want to get out of prison.
I agree.
Could care less.
Yeah.
Could care less.
And shout out to Renee Rapp too, when she was on Z-Way and was like, "So you ride for Megan Thee Stallion? How do you feel about Tory getting stabbed?" She was like, "Well, I feel people get stabbed every day," and I was just like,
Which is amazing.
I was like, "Damn."
Like, that was the white version of Cameron being like, niggas die every day. Like,
For real.
Wait, what? Like, in her glasses, like, what? Like, what do you want me to say?
Right into the camera.
Loved it.
Took me out. Took me out. I was like, I fucks with your name. I fucks with you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back to R. Kelly. Nah, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I don't give a damn either. Like, maybe it's like there's something still in my spirit that I just feel bad that his whole situation, how fucked up his whole life was and is, Like, I feel bad in that regard because, like, his childhood was fucked up, then he became fucked up, and then he perpetuated all this other stuff to make other people fucked up. It's just a fucked up situation. So in that regard, I kind of feel still a little bad, but I saw the headline, I read it real quick. I was like, oh, well, damn. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Next.
The thing about R. Kelly and even a Diddy is like, you were this predator and awful person for decades. Like R. Kelly could have stopped in the early aughts and be fine. And be fine. Like it probably would have still came up later, but it would have been, you know, he probably wouldn't have gone to jail and or whatever. Like he could have stopped being a predator. Like he's just like, hey, I won this case in 2002, and then like, guess I'll keep doing it.
For
So
20 more years.
I don't have, So it's hard to. He did have an incredibly hard upbringing, but it's also like, damn, you just gonna keep hurting people, like, in our community. Yeah. So
do we give a damn that Amanda Seales is back out here again? And she's saying that Barack Obama hasn't done anything for the black community.
She placed this right in front of Juneteenth. I feel like this when she fills out her content calendar that she does, and she was like, "What do I want to do in June?"
When there's like so much other fucked up shit that white people are doing right now. Why keep his name out your mouth? Like, why are we talking about this right now?
Like why? Homie ain't been our president in years, baby. Yo, in fucking years. What are you doing? Like, what is the point? Let that man go off and be the amazing man that he is. He ain't the motherfucking president.
Right.
He ain't the president.
And her point of trying to do the whole like, oh, we should be critical of the people on our side too, is just like, yeah, but that's not what you're doing here. And we know that's not what you're doing here. No. And like considering what Obama had to go through and her being a smart person, she should know all of the congressional backlash and friction he had to deal with and all that. And that he did do things for black people. But above all, like, Amanda Seales is such a like disappointment, you know, because she could really like, especially in this moment where she could have been with just her knowledge and education of history and things, like she could have been a better educator to people or just have that whole lane. And she is just like committed to being a hater, like in a way that's really crazy. Like, girl, like to the very end, like I'll tell you what's going to happen next quarter is she's going to circle back and say something about Issa Rae. Like these things are this is just how she does.
Cycle.
Like
it's a habitual cycle.
It's the same thing. Yeah. December it'll be Kamala.
Yeah.
You know, was Kamala black? Like that's gonna be December's, you know. So
I don't know what she gains out of it. Like, and even say if it was a fact, I just the timing and continuing to do so. You've said it multiple times. Okay, like that's what you believe in. Awesome. Believe what you want to believe. What is the point of continuing to harp on this now when there's just so much other stuff that she could focus her energy on that would be super beneficial? Because like you said, she's so educated. She's so well-spoken. So everything that you want an amazing leader to be. But then there's just still this slight dig that she does to people to maybe prove that she's smarter than them. I don't know what it is. And
it's weird.
And it just rubs folks the wrong way. And it's just like, right when I like get on her side, I'm like, okay, yeah, man, I'm with you, baby, yeah. Then she does this slight thing that I'm like, what was that for? Like, why? and it makes it hard for people to want to completely rally behind her. And she could be like that person. You're like, yes, we got Amanda.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, girl, come on now.
And, you know, like, even if someone felt that Barack Obama didn't do as much for the black community, when you look at today's economy, bitch, that's real nice compared to what we getting today. Because what we got today, shit.
Right.
So, like, I don't want to hear, like, oh, we need to be critical. No. Like, there is a difference. And the idea of trying to compare and say we need to give the same energy to past people, get out the past, baby. Like, use the past to help you be able to navigate today and the future, but bringing up things from the past and that is not going to help us get to where we're trying to get to. So I'm with you, Carell. every time I want to root for her, I feel like Tyra, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I ain't never yelled at nobody like this ever in my life. Like she makes me want to go there, and I just don't. Like, you got a microphone. There's a whole bunch. And the sad thing is that there are also just so many people in our community that feel very similar. And to to that point that I made earlier about white folks needing to have conversations, with their people and stuff like that. There are a good chunk of black folks who didn't vote because of, the systemic racism in this country, and we got to continue to have those conversations and hold them accountable. And that's one of the reasons why I have an issue with Amanda, because she feed into those who don't want to be part of the solution.
Yeah.
And it feeds the other side more than it feeds our own folks. Yeah. And maybe that's what I struggle with. It's just like in a weird way, I get what she's maybe trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's creating more harm than good. And if there's enough people telling you habitually that that's what you're doing, you would hope that for a moment be like, okay, maybe it's just the way I'm saying it. Maybe it's the words that I'm like, something, give you a moment of pause to be like, hold on. Enough people that I hopefully respect have told me, hey, we get what you're trying to do, but it's just not coming across the way you think it's coming across. Yeah. I think she just needs that slight tweak, and it doesn't seem like she wants that feedback or that help. So,
but also, how you gonna be like, you for the people, but then you are, when the people are saying, hey, I see what you're, but the delivery, the execution just ain't hitting the mark. You would think if you're truly for the people, you gon' hear that out. You gonna take something into consideration, but instead to choose fuck you, I know what I'm doing, and I have these degrees, and da-da-da-da, and it's just like, now, I mean, you know everything.
That always comes up on the podcast.
It really do. But, yeah.
Yeah, she could have used, and even in that example, she mentioned Clarence Thomas, and I was like, well, we'll do a breakdown of that, like how we don't get in a situation where we're not believing Anita Hill, and then replacing Thurgood Marshall with Clarence Thomas, because not for nothing, like, again, I know she's trying to say we should be able to, again, to critique the folks that we love and everything, and we all remember the Obama presidency is like, you just couldn't, as a black person, say anything. Like Tavis Smiley was they tore him up for just saying anything against Obama. But I'm also on the side of, like, maybe this is unreasonable, but like, I have older parents. Like, let them have that win. Like, Obama symbolically does mean something. And that doesn't, 1,000. Nobody needs to justify that. Like, he does mean something. And he did do stuff for us that maybe some of the things weren't specific to here. This is here for black people, which he did have some things that were specific to us. But like you said, Carell, like, the economy was great. All of the things and the people in his administration that were working to help black people or help remedy issues that affect our community. So, yeah, it's just like, you don't need to reframe it this way, but you're also trying to get the engagement. You're trying to get the clicks. We know what you're doing now. And it's,
and then at the end of the day, then what? Let's put your record against his then. Right. How about that then?
Yeah. A disappointment. She's very Azalea Banks.
Oh, now you're quiet? Okay, then.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah. It is very
Azalea Banks, where it's just like, God damn, I'd be agreeing with you, but I just want to root for you, but I just can't all the way. You always do something. Always. So,
And let's see here. Do we give a damn? And I know you talked about this on this week's episode on Bad Queers and Gang Community. If you haven't subscribed and liked to our podcast or Bad Queers podcast, please do so kindly. Thank you very much. But do you give a damn about Nene Leakes being deemed transphobic due to her interview with the one and only T.S. Madison?
Shout out to T.S. Madison for being able to handle these conversations with grace and patience. Why I care so much, and I said this on our podcast, is like, Nene owes her career partly to black queer men and the trans community for her sayings. And it's like her aesthetic, her look, like, and it's like, even if like preference wise, like what she was trying to say is like she has her right to have whatever dating preferences she wants, but the way she said it was nasty, and also like her commitment to not learning more about our community, given all that we've done to build her up, is nuts. Like I was like, she's committed to like not understanding our community at all when we've been there for pretty much her whole career, building it and sustaining it too, because it's not lost on me this is like episode 9 of the Nene Leak show, so I'm sure that was something, you know, it was certainly helpful for the show. So yeah, I just don't understand why Nene is just so committed to not learning anything about the community when we've had her back and her whole aesthetic, her sayings, that's us. So you know, but I wasn't surprised by this exchange.
I was
at all.
not surprised either. Like, I know so many other, like, cisgender, straight black women who feel exactly the way that she does. And it's in our community, and this is something we kind of hinted on earlier, like, you know, there's, even within our own community, there's a lot of homophobia and transphobia that happens within our own community. And it's not lost on me that a lot of people in the community aren't taking time for the nuances of the queer community. And I don't know if that's just because of, you know, just past history and just religion that's not allowing for the reality for someone to just be their authentic self and not have to go through being DL or be deceiving or anything like this. Like, allow a person to exist fully as they are, and they can be bisexual and still be into you and still be into someone else. Full stop, you know? Or just simply being like, hey, if someone is into a trans woman, they are into a woman and they are not a gay man, you know, because they are still into a woman, you know? But there's just a lack of, in our community often, just taking that time to learn and to be educated. And it was clear that she had zero intentions of wanting to do that. And this is where, like, I was holding, you know, the white people who listen, you know, accountable, like, you know, when it comes to this marching and stuff like this. And I said, you need to have those conversations with your family. These are the conversations we have with our people, being like, hey, guess what? And I'm still gay and I'm still black. And what you gonna do about it? I'm not one or the other, you know? So, like, don't ask me to show up because I'm black, but then you're going to dismiss me because I'm gay, and don't ask me to show up because I'm gay, but dismiss me for I'm black. It don't work that way, you know? So I'm very much of, you know, the people who, I give my family to smoke too, okay? Like, both my parents, you know, we didn't. Hands came to blows, you know? Like, the only person on this planet who won't ever get the smoke is my grandma. Other than that, everybody's free game. Everybody's free game. So, yeah, you know, I feel disappointed. I use a lot of Nene Leaks, like, gifs and memes as well too.
We all do.
You know,
The best.
so, you know, especially I said what I said. Like, I use a lot, and
White refrigerator.
You know, so I'm like, damn, Nene, like,
how I get in this,
right?
Like, it's everyday vernacular.
It really
She's
is.
like top 3 reality star of all time. For
1,000.
sure. Like, you know, at least my top 3. It's like New York, Nene, and I don't know who would be my third, but it's just definitely those two that just like there's
Tammy got to be up there.
Tammy Roman's up in there.
Tammy
Yeah,
up
those
there.
are my 3.
Tammy's
Those are my
top
3.
5. That's your thing?
Yeah, that's my 3.
that's a good
Because
thing.
you Latina, you don't say that shit either. Okay, let me tell you, I would not.
With the cigarette.
With the cigarette.
The fuck out. Cannot do it. And she's been
So
doing this
funny.
since like 92.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's
man.
true.
Yeah, because old school Tammy was crazy too.
Yeah.
Like, but anyway. But yeah, like I didn't give a damn, but I gave a damn just because it's just like the platform that Nene has, and it just further perpetuates this thinking. And I'm glad, if anyone was going to be on the show at the time, it was TS, because if TS, the patience she had, but if she felt ultimately disrespectful, she would have read her for Phil.
Yes.
You know, she would have gathered her really with the quickness. So I appreciate that it was TS that was on there, but I just hate she was calling it weird and crazy, and I was just like, this language that you're calling our community is really pissing me off right now, and like you said, it didn't seem like she was willing to learn it at that moment. She just wanted to call it weird, give her little moment with TS, her little clickbait, because she knows it's going to be clickbaitable, and kind of keep it moving. So I'm glad that TS kind of tried to break it down a little bit for her. Nene ain't learned nothing from it, though.
Not at all.
And if anything, I'm glad that prep came up and things like that. So there's at least maybe that learning situation. It sure did, right?
It did.
But other than that, I was like, oh, Nene, that's annoying. Come on. She's a woman. Of course they're attracted to women because they're straight.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, well, what a gay man? No, I don't want a woman.
Right.
Like, I don't know how this is so hard.
I love the resounding sound of y'all being like, no, we don't. A lot of gay men. There's a couple sprinkled that were like, but most gay men were like, no. Not attracted at all.
Nope, not one bit.
No.
Not one bit.
So it was just so wild. It was so I'm like, okay, Nene.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You know what? Community, we were originally going to do an Ask Your Aunties. We're going to save that one. There's a good one that we had in our email. So whoever, I know the listeners listening because they followed up. We'll get to your Ask Your Aunties probably next week. But I'm curious. Do you guys give a damn about the new Wicked for Good trailer?
Baby, it was good. It looks so good. And I was like, damn, they really about to fuck this up in the best possible. You know, like, you fucked that up. Like, they about to eat. And I have a feeling it's going to be much better. It's going to be better than the first one, which was good, too.
Yeah. Because even the second part, the stage play is like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen the stage play, like, that's where, like, the heavy and the meat potatoes and everything of this show is. I agree. This is I'm gonna bring my Kleenex.
Yeah, I'm a boohoo.
I'm about to be in there crying.
Yeah, because I was at the end of the first one crying. I was sitting there like this.
Lost it.
After she got done singing "Defying Gravity," I cried for like 5 minutes in the chair. Like, God
Powerful.
damn. Yeah, it's. Yeah. She is officially she gonna become an EGOT, and if she don't become an EGOT,
I'm burning all this shit down. Burning it down to the ground.
Look, I'm glad they made that rule now that in order to vote, you have to watch the movies.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
like,
a rule?
Yeah,
like,
come on, Chris. Right? Like, that wasn't the standard. You voting on something you didn't see.
It seems like something else white people have to talk about.
I mean,
because that seems like
I understand why Stevie Wonder would do it, but nigga, you can see.
I'm so done.
I don't know.
And even Stevie listening to it.
Okay, look.
I know. I don't enjoy musicals usually. I do love black musicals. Love Dreamgirls. Love The Wiz. We did have a watch party for Wicked.
Because Chris, I was like cousin.
But I don't like people singing their feelings in the movie. I asked for that. Like, just get through the lines. Like,
say your words.
And musicals. Like, say your words, say your feelings. And like musicals also, like, it's a lot of extra scenes that we didn't need, like they be adding and all that. So that's usually my problem with it. So I did watch it.
We didn't need to reprise for that.
We didn't. We did not need this scene. So I did watch Wicked because Shayna has been campaigning and we did a watch party. So I sat my 2 hours and 40 minutes. When I saw how long that movie was, I was like, this is the fuck I'm talking about. But it was very good. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. It was very, very good. Yeah. I did not see this trailer. I told Shayna, I am not committing to seeing this part. I reserve the right. I just reserved the right.
You got one out of me. You used your one life.
Halftime now. You got to at least finish the game.
I know, and I probably will end up seeing it. I just don't want to be on the record saying that I am. I just want to be able to.
On your own terms. I guess I'll watch part 2. I guess I'll do it.
Shayna and Bad Queers listeners, we're putting it out there now. This might have to be a clip. Chris is going to commit to another live watching.
I'm gonna text Corell after this, be like, "Can you cut the 42?"
Right.
The 30
the whole
thing
about the movie. Let's just cut that segment.
Cut it out. Just take my part out. Hard cut. Hard cut. But no, Cynthia Erivo, like, it was way funnier than I thought. It was a lot more action. So I'm very excited to see what happens in part 2. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I feel like part 2 is going to probably have to be more. I'm trying to remember the stage play. They're still singing stuff. I almost feel like there's going to have to almost be more acting because of just how
much story.
heavy
Yeah, there's a
the
lot of
story
storyline in
is.
Oh,
there.
there's gonna be more storyline in it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I mean, you
Yeah.
saw the themes in the first one where I was like, okay, all right, okay,
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
it. I'm with it. You know, so
It is.
It was
and
just,
Cynthia Erivo is just incredible too. It's
Yeah.
like she's
she
worth
is.
going
Yeah.
to see.
I think that, like, because I just watched it again this past weekend because Fizz was hungover, and it was just sitting there watching. I'm just like, damn, they are singing this shit live. Like, this is not a lip sync.
Yeah.
This isn't like,
Yeah.
they dub it over and they using a studio audio. Like, she is singing this live as she's running down this field, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
on that broom, upside down, singing.
Yeah.
Wizard and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very gay between those two characters too. I don't, is that what's in the book?
Yeah.
I was like, they real,
The book's a little
picking up
different.
on
The book's a little
A
different.
little fiddler on the roof.
Okay. Exactly. Something's going on with these rooms and all that, roommates, right?
Roommates.
Okay. Got it.
Your little friend. Your little
Right,
friend at school.
right. Wicked could be a whole different story. She
It's
could be
so
taking
good.
it home, and it could be be the same themes. So I can't show you to my family. So they could go that direction if there was a part 3. But we'll see. We'll see.
And then obviously a shout out to the Nanda Lewis family. I mean, to hear of her passing, that shook like my little childhood core. I was like, I used to love me some Nanda Lewis on MTV. And then when she got her own talk show for a while there, like she was like the young like Oprah, the young Barbara Walters or some shit. Like, but like just of the culture though. Still, like she was like very versed of the culture.
Yeah.
So that
Definitely
one, I was like,
one of my first crushes, like for
Yeah.
sure. She was so
Yeah.
cool. She was so fine, but it was just like the things you would learn from her. I watched her a little bit on Teen Summit. I was kind of younger at the time that she was there, but it was really like TRL and all the MTV stuff that she'd be on that I saw her the most. But yeah, just a class act, just nothing but good stories that I've been seeing, about her and it sucks. Prayers to her family and fuck cancer. I know it was a multi-year battle, but
and that's just like PSA, just like get your mammograms, get your checkups. I know that for the community, sometimes just like Black community and doctors, there's just a complicated history. I get it.
That's a nice way to say
But
it.
very nice.
But if you got that insurance, if you're already paying into it, at least try to go a little more. Like you're already spending out your pocket.
Yeah, that's free money for the government.
It really is, and do due diligence to find one that works for you. Like if the first one doesn't work for you, find another one. It's okay to dump your doctor.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of people just don't want to put that effort and be like, well, it took forever to get in, and might as well stick it out. I get it is tough. But if that doctor is not advocating for you the way you're advocating for your own self, find a new doctor that will. So
And I know it's exhausting doing that, but your health is worth it. Like, don't put a price, don't put a time or a level of energy on, the importance of your health, because that's how you stay around. If you want to be here, you got to take care of you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I'm kind of going to shift gears here. So, ask you aunties, it's Black Music Month, or I think they call it like African American Music Month or something like that.
Flat.
I'm curious, what's in your rotation right now? Anything new? Any kind of Black music you want to shout out for the month that you like just always consistently vibe to? I know there's new Clips music, and I'm living
I'm
for
so
this new
excited.
Clips music.
I'm a Virginian.
Literally,
757. Yeah. Listen, okay? First new Clips album in 16 years. And for the folks that not really big Clips fans and everything, or Pusha T or Malice fans, let me tell you the boy drama in this. Okay, there's a lot of boy drama in this, and why you should care. Because today they dropped a new song, and I pulled it up because of lyrics. But
it was
essentially, let me just set the scene with this. Is that Pusha T will always, and Malice will always protect Pharrell. They grew up in the 757 together, very much like the first big fight they had was with Birdman for what happened to that boy. He did not pay Pharrell. Such starts the lore of them not liking Lil Wayne, and then Drake. It's all boy drama, right?
Boy drama.
This time around, we know he was the first to defeat Drake. Before Kendrick, it was
true.
You Were Hiding a Child, and then some other, there was a lot of stuff that he said in his just eviscerated Drake. But now he's taking aim at Travis Scott, because Travis Scott is a messy bitch. Travis Scott is a messy bitch, okay? So this stems from Travis Scott was in Paris and wanted Pharrell to listen to his album from Utopia, his last CD, and he played this song Meltdown for Pharrell, and the clips were there because they were doing a recording session. This is all in a GQ interview, by the way, that Pusha T was saying. So he said that, I know, so he said, because he was like, Travis Scott's a whore. And I was like, I love boy drama, boy rap drama. But Meltdown, he played a version without Drake on it, because ultimately the version that's out now is featuring Drake, and Drake's on the track talking very greasy to Pharrell, saying he bought his chains and melted them down, talking greasy. And Travis Scott didn't let him know this was going down. Like, you played this track, you want to play this track for me. Somebody disses me on this track and you do nothing about it. And he did that before with like Kanye, which, we don't care about, but like Travis Scott is very messy. So Pusha T has some bars for Travis Scott that are basically alluding to, I have a video, I have information that could end you. Like, keep it cute, okay? Talk about Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Heard literally. Utopia had moved right up the street. The lyrics are in front of me. I don't know this off the top of my head. And her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you for that, which means your baby mom's never needed you, was a billionaire. And they said, the net gonna call it the way they see it, but I got the video. I share it in AE. I don't know what that means.
AE is like an AR or someone like that,
okay,
like a friend of theirs or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, don't know me. And it said they wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So he's letting Travis know, keep it cute, my nigga, because you've been a messy bitch, and I have a video of you being a messy bitch. Okay. Now the sad part of this, that's the Virginia in me, is also confirmed in this song, is that the Neptunes no longer exist.
Yes.
Chad and Pharrell are fighting.
That's what broke my heart too.
Broke my heart. I don't know what it's been going on for years with just like the trademark and them fight, and it hurts my soul, because the Neptunes obviously has been responsible for so many hits the last 25 years, across rap, across pop. Chad and Pharrell they're fighting, so that really hurts me. But if you love lyricism, if you love good production, this is for you, and drama. This is for you.
And drama.
You made me get my snacks. I was
right.
I'm looking.
It's the
we got the gummy bears.
Boy
it's
rap
good.
drama going on with good raps,
it's
where
good.
it's just like, I love it. I love it.
And the aesthetic of the video's killer. Pharrell feels like he's back in his bag a little bit, because the last maybe few years his beats have been, it's been all right.
And that's why I was like, get back with Chad.
Baby.
Clean it up.
I agree.
Clean it up.
Because there's something about like just that camaraderie. Even if like Pharrell did a bulk of something, there's still someone that kind of comes and fine tunes it and be like, maybe add this, and then just take shit over the edge. And bouncing those ideas back and forth, it always works. And that one confirmed it too, that the Neptunes, at least for now, are done. And that sucks, because
it does.
Like, as just like the musician in me, it was always Tim. It was always Pharrell, like the Neptunes. It was always Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. It was always Dark Child. It was always Danger. Like, those are like in my head, like, the shit that they do. And there's others, but those always kind of like the ones. So I'm like, my childhood, the aesthetic of just my head.
Yeah. I want to know what happened. What I wanted to, Pharrell is notoriously not messy and keeps it, doesn't say anything. So I don't, and Chad's not going to say anything. So I just wonder what happened. It's probably some business stuff, what it seems, because I know Pharrell was trying to trademark the Neptunes without Chad, which is crazy.
Without Chad,
But you're going to see more boy drama. And also, this album is about to not come out because Drake tried to stop Def Jam from putting this album out because Kendrick is going to be on one of the tracks. And what happened was Pusha T was like, well, how much to buy out my contract? And Jay-Z helped get them released from Def Jam, and now they're signed to Roc Nation. So just so much
I
boy
did not
drama.
know that
I'm like,
part.
yeah. So this album was about to not come out because Drake was trying to stop it. Because Kendrick's on one of the tracks.
Jay had the big brother. Everybody said no ho. I'm the OG in this game.
He
Fuck
like
you, Drake.
negotiated, like Pusha T was like, we paid ultimately to get out of the, but he was like basically like Jay-Z brokered it where they would be able to
shout out to Jay. Like I know like a lot of times in the past there's like some like
Come on, Beyonce
problematic
husband.
like lyrics and things and just situations. Right, Beyonce, Blue Ivy's daddy. Rumi's daddy.
Rumi's daddy. Rumi's daddy.
Rumi's daddy. Rumi is the true star right now, by the way, in the combo card giant.
Wait, did y'all see she hit the Americans Got a Problem when she came out?
Rumi is the star right now. But,
I love it.
But shout out to Jay because he always finds a way to just make sure that hip hop culture moves forward.
Exactly.
He always has his hands and stuff behind the scenes to make shit like move forward. Whether it's like getting people out of jail, whether it's getting them law, whatever it may be, getting their masters.
Lil Wayne
back.
with
like,
his taxes, helping him out. Like he
always has a way to make sure that hip hop culture stays intact, and I like that. I like that there's still someone that's just like, I have the funds and the clout to do so, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
is what it is. And what you gonna say to me? Because then I'm still out rap your ass. You ain't about to out bar me either. So
don't play with me. Like don't play with me.
So it's like, okay, Drake try to out bar me. You ain't gonna happen.
Right,
Gonna
exactly.
Happen.
And that money, you don't have the same money. You don't have the same ownership.
No.
Drake has to keep working. Drake clearly is signed to somebody who's signed to somebody. Like he has to keep working. Whereas like, Jay-Z's like,
Jay's like, I don't gotta work.
I own things. So, yeah. But even that song isn't supposed to be a diss to Drake. Like Kendrick and Pusha T were like, it's not even a diss to you. But he was trying to get them to shelve the album, which is like, Drake is such a messy bitch. And it was revealed that he has done that.
They might throw an extra verse on there now.
They probably should now that they're free, so. Yeah. And it was revealed after that Drake's been doing that for years with different projects, with people like holding their projects up and making sure they didn't come out. So I tell you what, these rap niggas
Come
is
on,
so
Black Music
messy.
Month.
Ooh, so messy. I love it.
I'm gonna have to tune in. I didn't know any of this, but now I'm kind of sold. I'm gonna have to.
Messy.
The song is good, and it's good to hear. I guess it's No Malice now. He's like, no, I don't want Malice. It's No Malice now. It's good to hear him back because low key back in the day, Malice was the better of the rappers, quite frankly, at least to me.
I think he's had him on these first couple snippets. Like I think Malice has his brother. Like Malice, for the people who don't know, had stepped away to. Not pursue Christianity, but he was doing the whole like, no.
He did his
Mason
Bethel.
He did. So that was a bigger reason why they haven't put out an album in a while. But like, I'm like, Malice, he's tough. He might actually be better than Pusha T. Honestly, lyrically, it's good. So it's gonna be a good album. It's gonna be good production and obviously good folks on there. That comes out July 11th.
I'm excited.
And other music wise, there's nothing that's been like in heavy rotation. But I would encourage folks. I don't know if y'all follow Music Sermon on Instagram. They do a Black Music Month prompt every day. That's always fun to follow.
Your stories.
Yeah,
is that what that's from?
Yep, it's Music Sermon on IG, and it's super fun. So yeah.
And Jarrell said, "Let me hop up and go see Music Sermon."
That's enough. Yeah. Jarrell said enough.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah. So follow that. That's a lot of fun prompts and everything. Now. Yeah. It's always fun to see people comment too, and the whole point is to showcase Black music, and it's for Black Music Month. So y'all check that out.
And there's a lot of just good, even just like queer Black music out there too. So like, if you want to combine the month, we know it's Pride Month as well. Combine them shits because a lot of the queer Black music maybe doesn't get the exposure that it needs or the notoriety that it needs. So if there's some new music out there that you want us to share, that you want us to listen to, let us know, and we'll post it out there on the stories and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I don't know what happened to Jarrell's internet, so he probably pop up in here. And there we go. He coming back. There she go.
Yeah, it kicked me off. For some reason, Riverside just
said
can't find a server.
No.
It kicked me out. I was like,
we'll blame Drake.
And Drake will, okay?
Wanted to shut this down. Wanted to stop this from coming out too. Yeah.
It's a messy game, y'all. It's a
messy game.
It's a messy game.
Well, Kris, we appreciate you for always helping us out, feeling it, like the love. Like I was telling the people at Pride 50, they're like, "Oh, have you talked to Kris lately?" I'm like, I talk to Kris like often because I was like, I thoroughly enjoy Kris and Shayna, but like I have different relationship with each of you, and I love each of you for different reasons. And Kris is like just humor is so top notch, and it's like the same kind of humor that I have. And she
we be cracking the fuck up on Instagram. Jarrell too. We be seeing stuff where I'm like,
really do.
But no, we appreciate you coming on here so much.
Of course.
And what's coming up with Bad Queers? Anything? And for those that don't know Bad Queers, where can they find you? Anything else that you want to promote with the podcast right now?
Nothing big coming up. We have a couple of really actually big interviews that are coming up that are fun throughout the summer. I'm gonna tease that one that comes out actually next Monday. That's gonna be fun. Just check it out. But you can find us at Bad Queers Podcast on IG. You could go to badqueers.com to check us out further. We're on Patreon at Bad Queers Podcast and on YouTube as Bad Queers Podcast. We had to get like y'all, get it on YouTube. And
I love seeing y'all on
some
YouTube.
video. Like, it is so. It's still crazy to me that we just are on YouTube. I disassociate a little bit with just like it being there, but it's fun. And it's like, and I know y'all feel the same way. Just like being able to interact with our listeners and everything is always so rewarding, and them being like tagging us and stuff and just having those conversations of like, you said this, and they'll tag you about something. So it's just so much fun. So
it's like I said what I said in the moment. Half the time I be forgetting what the hell I said, but that's
they will remind you.
They will remind you. And I was like, that was 7 Wednesdays ago. Like I have no idea what I said. So
because I'll get tagged in some shit. I was like, who said that?
Right.
Oh, that was me.
It's like that, yo.
In 4K, full throated too.
Okay.
I didn't say that. Yeah, I'm like, remember me different. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember me different, man.
That right there.
Oh Lord! Well, in community, I think Auntie Shar will be back next week, and I think Jarrell, is it the three of us next week? And then
the three of us, and then
Jarrell gonna be on vacay for a while.
And
then
I'll be gone for a couple weeks. So.
We have some rotating guests coming up here in the next few weeks, but obviously we need some new Ask Your Aunties questions, so continue to send those in. We'll get an Ask Your Aunties. I'm putting that out there now. We have to do Ask Your Aunties next week.
Yes,
because we keep pushing aside our dear love segment there. We love that segment.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Right. I know.
Alma, check your battery.
Period.
Okay, look.
Period. But until then, community, stay safe out there. If you're out there in the protests, look out for one another. There's just a lot of stuff going out there. Like I know that one of the designers from Project Runway got shot and killed at
I
the
saw that in
protest.
Utah.
I think Utah, yeah.
Bystander too. Just
so continue to
it's
just
a
look
blessing
out for
making
one
it
another.
home. It really is.
Yeah,
Everybody
honestly,
be safe. We're
really
all
is.
like as Americans disassociating with everything that's going on, but
Shoot,
everybody stay safe.
Wars on the other side of the world starting and shit.
It's a lot.
And tweeting. I'm sorry, that's not funny, but the military of those two that are in conflict
but like
tweeting.
we outside. Like what you?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on?
I don't
And I was like,
know.
oh, the end of the world will be tweeted. Like it is absolutely.
It really will.
It will.
Yeah. You'd be like, damn, y'all see this?
Right, exactly.
It's like, dang.
And I feel bad laughing, but like that's
but
the reality of it.
I do always say I want to go out laughing, and it's a high chance I might. So,
I'm trying to make it to at least my hundreds. I want to be able to buy like an arm on sale at Walmart, a BOGO. So I got some years and decades ago.
Ask me in 10 years, and maybe I'll have a different. But right now, the earth can take my black ass. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know
say
what
that.
it's gonna look like in
No,
100
okay,
years.
not yet.
It's a little crazy.
Not yet,
I don't
Lord.
know. Yeah, not yet.
No, because I don't want to be in this for another 70 years, my nigga. You want to be in this? Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
You sound like my wife. My wife is always like, when we watch these disaster movies, like, leave me, I'm just gonna die. Like, don't even try to. I'm not gonna put up no fight. No, Jesus.
I'm gone.
She feels differently now with children, but she used to be like, Just leave me. If
Just
something's
take
out,
me out.
just take. Let me be the first wave, second
Look.
wave. I was like, all right.
Oh, the earth is mad? The earth is trying to cook? Eat.
Yeah.
Eat. I'm so done. And on that note, community, wash your hands and your legs and your ass. Be safe and see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Take care. That is so.
The earth trying to cook. Eat.
Just eat.
I'm so done. So.
I'm like, get out of the. It's like, nah. She just. Did y'all watch Paradise on Hulu?
Yes,
When
I
Stella
did.
came out? Yeah, she would be the wife that would get us fucked. Where I was like, I told you to come back. I didn't.
You need to do all that.
Yeah. Had to go to Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Had to
All right.
go.
Had to go to Atlanta.
It's like, you know how the traffic is in Atlanta. No way.
Right.
Like, come on.
I know.